In our society, we have been trained to think that a cool car means someone is successful. We see a neighbor pull up in a brand new BMW and we think they must be doing something right. The truth is that some of the people driving those cars are not rich. According to the Federal Reserve's Household Debt Report, total household debt increased by 191 billion to 18.8 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2025, with auto loan balances increasing by $12 billion to 1.67 trillion. We have gone from a world where people bought cars they could afford in 3 years to a world where people are taking 7, 8, or even 9-year loans on an asset that loses value the second you drive it off the lot. I am going to show you how the car industry has manipulated our psychology to turn a simple form of transportation into a financial prison. If you're thinking about buying a car in 2026, you need to hear this before you sign a single document. So let's break down the trap. The first one, let's talk about the monthly payments trick. This is the greatest trick that car dealership pull. They shift the conversation away from total price towards monthly payments. Our brains are wired to avoid short-term pain. So when a salesman says, I can get you into this luxury car for just £500 a month, it sounds reasonable. Let me show you the maths. And this is what they don't want you to know. According to the Experience State of the Automotive Finance Report, the average loan term for new vehicles has stretched to over 69 months. That's over 5 years, with many buyers even locked in for longer. So, if you buy a £50,000 car and stretch the loan to say 84 months just to keep that monthly payment low, you aren't actually paying £50,000. By the time you finish paying the interest over 7 years, you have likely paid closer to £65,000 for a car that is now worth only £15,000. Dealerships use a tactic called the Foursquare method, and they do this to confuse you. They juggle the purchase price, the down payments, the monthly payments, and your trade-in value all at once. They want to just wear you down until you stop looking at the total debt and only focus on what you can afford now, what you can afford, every month. Secondly, let's talk about wage stagnation versus car inflation. But first, we also have to be honest about why this is happening. In the 1960s, a new car cost about half of a household's annual income. You see, today, that math is totally broken. So I saw a report, the Kelley Blue Book report, on average transaction prices. The average price of a new vehicle has officially surpassed the $50,000 mark for the first time in history. You can also see how this has grown since 2012 to 2025 on the graph. The car industry's solution to this wasn't to make cars cheaper. It was to make the loans longer. Banks realized that longer loans are gold mines for them. According to the Edmunds Negative Equity Report, 29.3% of trade-ins towards new vehicle purchases have negative equity in Q4 2025, the highest since Q1 2021. And this basically means owners are owing on the car more than the car is worth, up to the tune of $7,200. This just traps you in a cycle where you can't sell the car or refinance it. So it forces you to roll that debt into your next car loan, a debt spiral that never ends. Okay, let's talk about the real cost of owning a car, the real cost of ownership. Most people think that their car costs them £500 a month because that's the loan payment. But that's a fake math. To find your true cost of ownership, you have to add up the loan payments, insurance, maintenance, and the biggest one, depreciation. Accountants would know this well. According to Edmunds' True Cost to Own calculator, which you can also use for your own car model, you can go to www.edmunds.com. A standard 2026 Toyota Camry can cost over $14,000 in just the first year. When you factor in depreciation, fuel, financing, and all that, you would start to see why many people are struggling to save or invest. They are not broke. They are car poor. They are coughing out a lot of money, a month for a piece of metal that is slowly rotting in their driveway. So how do you beat this trap? You have to follow a strategy called the 20, 24-10 rule. If you actually need a car in 2026, you have to stop playing their games, stop playing the dealers' games, and start playing yours. This 24-10 rule means you put down 20%, down payment of 20%. Then you limit your loan to 4 years. If you can't pay it off in 4 years, you cannot afford it. Then you keep your total transportation cost, including insurance, gas, everything, under 10% of your monthly income. Think in total cost, not monthly payments. Before you even walk into a dealership, get pre-approved for a loan from an external bank. This takes, the financing power away from the dealer. If your budget is £500 or $500 a month, multiply that by 48 months and subtract your down payment. That's the only price you should be looking at, at this time. If that price only buys you a used car, good. Let someone else pay for the first 2 years of depreciation. At the end of the day, a car is an expense. It's not an investment. The goal of the auto industry is to keep you in that cycle of permanent monthly payments, so you never have extra, to build wealth for yourself. And if you're carrying these debts and you're also investing in the stock market, you might be missing something very important. And you should see my next video where I talked about, should you invest or should you pay off your debt? And I'll see you in that video.